Hey guys, welcome to the premiere that I'm doing for Luigi's Mansion 3. Obviously, we learned a lot of new information from GameXplain. So this is not a stream. I know it looks like a stream. It's set up like a stream, but it's not a stream. It's a premiere. So hopefully you guys are ready to sit down and just chat about Luigi's Mansion 3 for a while. I will probably be in the chat, so if I say hello, then hi. So what I'm going to do is this is not going to be an analysis or anything. That I'll probably end up doing in tomorrow's stream because I put up a poll this morning saying, like should I do a video today talking about the new GameXplain information or should I wait for the live stream I'm going to do tomorrow? And I decided that I would talk about the information today and then go into the analysis tomorrow on stream. So I hope you guys are cool with that. Hope you guys are down with that, and we are now going to move on to here, where we get the first of 3 videos done by GameXplain talking about Luigi's Mansion 3. This one is the Virtual Boo situation. This video is discussing the Virtual Boo, and I'm actually really excited. I mean, I've watched all these already. This isn't a reaction or anything. I've watched all these videos. So, I really should have done a reaction, but, oh well. So here, I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. They introduce the Virtual Boo. We get our first look at it, and it looks just as we expected. So something we realized, actually no, I'm not really going to talk about it too much, because that's kind of more analysis territory, but Egad's lips go in sync with what he's actually saying, so it's really cute. But yeah, this game looks so good. Oh my god, this game looks beautiful. There's our first look at the Virtual Boo, everyone. It looks cool. I don't know how Luigi's going to carry it around with him. I mean, it looks like he just stuffs it into his pocket, which you can't really do with a Virtual Boy. But yeah, this introduces the Virtual Boo, and it looks great. Like, it looks really cool. I like it. And I love what Egad says about it. That it's, the state-of-the-art virtual reality with a fancy red screen, cutting edge, you know? Like, oh, that's just so cool. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Here, just wait until I finish the marketing materials on this. It'll fly off the shelves. Yeah, I love that sense of humor that Next Level Games has about the, like, because they did that with the dual screen, and they seem to be doing it again with the Virtual Boo, and it's really cool. I like that. So you can use it to communicate with him at any time, which I like. And I love the ringtone. Hello. So then there's the screen that has Egad, his face. It's kind of weird that it's a static image, but I wish it actually I wish his face actually moved. I wish it was like an actual, I mean, it moves, but it's not like a full video. I kind of wish it was. Because, I mean, it's just kind of weird to have, 3 kind of static images kind of moving, but looks good. Interface looks cool. Yeah, so that's the Virtual Boo. So let's move on to the other video that they've done, or at least, there's 2 others. Being this one. So I correctly guessed. Well, there's more sort of a theory than a guess. I correctly guessed that you could walk around the lobby area before you actually start gameplay. So that's something I got right, and that's really cool. So I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit. Not now, student government. Okay. So this is the scene where Polterpup takes the cake from Mario. That actually looks good, like strawberry shortcake. Oh, I love strawberry shortcake. But yeah, so you get to walk around, you get to interact with everyone. I really like that. There's like a prelude to the gameplay. I really like that. Yeah, they wear masks, which is really weird. It's obviously to cover up the fact, I mean, that's the one thing I'm not quite sure of yet, is if they're trying to mask the fact that they're ghosts. Because, if you can tell, he's obviously kind of glowing, and he's obviously, floating. So, I mean... So now this little cutscene's cute here, where Luigi's talking to the toads. Yeah, I love the charm and personality of all the characters. Then you have Peach, her first appearance in a Luigi's Mansion game. I can't wait to see what she's like, you know, when she's in the haunted environment, like when she's rescued and all that. I can't wait for that. So there's our bellhop ghost. So basically it's a matter of you really start the game when you go and check in. Well, actually it's not completely the case. You check in and then you get set up to your room, then you can explore your room a little bit. But yeah, so then there's our host. I don't know, have you guys ever played The Sims? Like, have you guys ever played The Sims? She sounds like a Sim. I don't know if you can really tell, but like, listen, she sounds like a Sim. I don't know, I got Sims vibes from that. But her name is, I want to say Helen Gravely. I'm presuming that's how to pronounce it. And I think they actually went a really interesting approach to their name, because usually don't spell Helen with 2 L's, so it kind of emphasizes hell, which I think is a really interesting choice. I mean, not interesting, it kind of makes sense, because hell, evil, you know. And then Gravely, obviously grave, kind of makes sense. So, there's that video. Then we have the preview video. Now, this one is where it gets a little more analysis-y. Analysis-y? Is that a word? But I'm going to, like, glaze over certain parts. I'm not going to, like, go through the whole video. That's going to be tomorrow's analysis kind of thing. Or not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. So, let's kind of look at... First of all, they have, obviously, the brightness slider down. And, oh my god, it looks so much better with the brightness down. Like, miles better with the brightness slider down. Like, oh my lord. Now I'm officially hyped. Because the brightness slider I had some concerns about. Mainly that it would take away from the effects of the flashlight. Because I thought that the brightness slider was going to... I mean, obviously the brightness slider reduces the light. So I also presume that that would reduce the flashlight. But it seems that they intentionally made it so that the brightness slider just mainly affects the environment rather than Luigi and his flashlight himself. Which I like. I like that, you know, you can just have the environment dark. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so much better with the lights off. Oh, and it hides some of the, like, not so great, like, texture work. I'm not mean, maybe not great, but just not detailed texture work.
Dorn with Luigi's Mansion 3 and play it for quite a bit. Much more
so yeah.
Me as I've only started today. But I thought we'd sort of pick your brain, and I could chime in where I'd actually, you know, and see what we think.
Let's see here.
How you feel?
So yeah, this looks. Oh my god, this looks so much better. Like just looking at this, oh, it looks so good. Like the well, let's go back. Like the flashlight really does make an impact on the wall, and that's one of those things I'm very nitpicky about with Luigi's Mansion, and I'm glad that lowering the brightness does improve that. See, so that's I'm still like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue ghosts. Like, I know you guys hate when I complain about it, but like, they couldn't have thrown in like a couple gold ghosts or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I know you guys hate when I do. Except it's a complaint that I have that I should be able to complain about, but alas, you guys hate it. So, let's see here. So here we have some Scarescraper footage. Thankfully, the brightness slider works in Scarescraper as well. Because to me, Scarescraper looks good, but there's a lot of lack of detail in the Scarescraper. So, lowering the brightness definitely does help it out a bit. So yeah, the one thing I like over here is that they have one of the ghosts wearing a cowboy hat. Like, I'm presuming it's like, you know, like one of the guests. Yeah, one of the things, though, that they said that I'm not too happy about is that there does seem to be one portrait ghost on each floor. And it's not a complaint because I'm happy we have portrait ghosts. I'm happy, you know, even though there is only one per floor, we do get we see a lot of them on each floor. I just kind of wish they took more risks, more opportunities with Like here, right? What if this was a common ghost, whatever, but what if this was a portrait ghost? Maybe a smaller one, albeit, but just like a different design portrait ghost. That was like more human and, maybe had a little more personality, I just kind of wish they took more of those opportunities from what we're seeing. And keep in mind, everything I'm saying is coming from what GameXplain is saying. So this is coming from people who have played a decent amount of the game. Specifically, Andre. He played, I think he said he's about halfway through from the point of this recording. He played up to floor 8. So, I just wish they took more risks. Or not more risks, but just had more portrait ghosts. Because like I said, I think it would have been a great opportunity to have some of the guests of the hotel be portrait ghosts. Rather than common ghosts wearing a hat. It's cute with the maid and the bellhop, but I wish with, like, guests. Because, like, with the bellhop and, the maid, they actually have portrait ghosts that go along with it. So maybe there is a guest portrait ghost, but they say there's one on each floor, and I don't know. I just wish there was more. Especially because if there is one on each floor, that means that there are less than the original game's portrait ghosts. Which is okay, I guess, because there's still 17 of them, that means, but I don't know. I just kind of, for a game that's been in development since the Wii U days, I just kind of expected more in terms of portrait ghosts, but I'm still happy with what they've shown us. I'm still happy with what they're giving us in terms of portrait ghosts. I feel like people are going to get at me for complaining.
I got more amusement than I should have out of the fact that there was a Black Widow spider.
So this is the mall area. Which this key, so, this is analysis territory. I don't really want to get too analysis-y, but this key has like a star shape to it. So what if there's more than just the card shapes? I completely forgot what they're called. The card shapes. What if there's more than just that? It'd be really interesting. So we have, let's say, diamonds, clubs, spades, hearts, and then stars. It would make sense if there's more to this mall area than we've seen. And keep in mind, they're also under embargo. I've talked about this in my Discord server. Some people don't really understand what the embargo is. So, basically, reviewers get copies of games, and they're under embargo. They can only show certain things at certain times, and then after a specific time is passed, they can release more. And then, I think it's like usually a day or two before the game officially comes out is when they can release their review. So, yeah.
Suck it up because you can get some money off of that.
Yeah, but yeah, like, just seeing this completely, like, darker, it looks so much better. Like, Next Level Games, like, really did great here. Like, I feel like I got on them a little too much about brightness. And, people in the comments or chat's gonna be like, oh, I was so right. But this is why I complained about it. Because this is what I wanted. And even though it wasn't confirmed or denied if there's gonna be brightness, this is why I was complaining about it. Because if it's one of those things where it's like, even if you don't know or do know if it's there or not, if it's something that you're seeing that you're not liking, you still gotta adjust your opinions about it, or else who else will? So I'm very happy that, who knows? The brightness slider could have been added because people were complaining about the brightness. So, you never really know. Because the brightness slider was shown off at E3. But in the launch trailer, people were complaining about how bright the game was. So, to me, it was completely necessary to complain about the brightness. So, I stand by what I did, but maybe I was a little too harsh. So, yes, this game looks great. I'm so happy with how it looks. Like, this looks like a proper Luigi's Mansion sequel. And the more I'm seeing of it, the more excited I'm getting. And it's bad, because we're seeing more details now. I don't know, where do they talk about it? Here. So, the treasure serves as going into a shop and buying things. And oh my god, there's a boo tracker. Thank god there's a boo tracker in this game. You have to buy it, but treasure doesn't seem to be hard to come by in this game. So the fact that you can buy a boo radar to, like, find boos, and there does seem to be one on each floor with them as well. I do wish there was, like, at least 2 on each floor. But nevertheless, I'm happy that the boos are returning. They're basically, from what they said, it seems like there's not really a dark light component. It just seems like they're basically in objects, so it seems like it's the first game. It's basically like the first game, where they're in an object, in a room. You have to look around for them, and the boo radar will tell you where they are. You search the object, the boo comes out. That's what I'm presuming, because they don't show any gameplay here, because I'm presuming that's under embargo. They can't show that, I'm presuming. But they show this. And, yeah, so the boo radar, I'm very happy that's returning. That's probably going to be the first thing I buy. I'll probably even buy that over the gold bone. That'll probably be the first thing I buy, the boo finder. And, yeah, having a boo on each floor, like I said, I wish there were more, but I'm just happy that there are boos and they're returning to some capacity. And I kind of like they're going for the first game's approach, but I think they're also implementing the Dark Moon approach to where they're probably not able to leave the room. I think you have to slam their tongues, I think I heard was confirmed. So, yeah, so that's really, really cool. I think I really am doing an analysis, aren't I? Well, no, I'm not really doing an analysis, because I'm kind of skipping around. I'm just talking about certain details. As to gold bone, it doesn't really say how much it costs. It says how many you have. So it's cool that you can, like, stock up on gold bones in case there's, like, an area that gets really, really hard. Gem Finder, it's kind of like the boo radar, but, like, it's for gems. And I don't know how many of those I don't know if it's like one. I don't know if it's one per gem, and like once you find the gem using the radar, it's gone. But I don't think that would be the case. That'd be really, really weird. Or maybe you have to interswap the boo radar and the gem one, because the boo, obviously, like, they're cartridges. They're Virtual Boy cartridges. So yeah, that's really cool. I love the fact that you can add on to your equipment, because that's one of the things I wanted, because, like, I didn't want so many tacky gimmicks. I wanted something like this being things to add on that you could optionally add on. So if you want to go the hard route and you don't want to use a boo radar, you don't have to. You know, like, they really did fine-tune this game for people who were fans of the first two games. People who liked the first game, who thought it was too difficult to find the boos, now they have the radar. Or just people who want an easier experience in general. It's basically like making a hard or easy mode for people. If you want a hard mode, you don't have to get any of these items. If you want an easy mode, you can get all of these items. So it's great that they're expanding the kind of gameplay that, or not type of gameplay, the amount of difficulty that players can face while playing this game. So I'm really in tune for this. So the two main complaints that they had about this game, I'm going to go to a cool shot here. Let me find a good shot. Sure, we'll just go back here, because I think they mostly just loop gameplay for embargo purposes, of course. Two of the main complaints they had, which is probably main things that I'll probably have an issue with as well. So I say we'll get these out of the way. Firstly, Andre said the game does seem linear, and this is a fear I did kind of have because of the elevator structure, because the mansion isn't it's not really interconnected. You do feel like the floors are very separated by the elevator. Like, there's probably a loading screen, and it takes you out of the feeling that you're in a comprehensive mansion or hotel. So it feels very linear in the fact that it mostly just seems point to point. Get the elevator button, go onto the elevator, go to the next floor. He said that there weren't many instances where he went back to previous floors. And to me, that's disappointing. I wish there was, like, rooms on the, let's say, right, this is the mezzanine floor right here, so that's the, third floor? It's somewhere between floors 1 through 5. So let's say it's the third floor, right? And let's say later in Castle McFrights, you get a key, but it doesn't lead anywhere in Castle McFrights. You have to go back down to the mezzanine and then unlock the room in there, and you could do some more exploring in there. I think that would have been really, really cool. Now, from what they're saying, there isn't any of that. And like I said earlier, I'm going based off of what they're saying. Maybe there's something later in the game that introduces that, but from what they're saying, like Andre, like he said, he's played floors 1 through 8, and that probably includes the basement floors. So it seems like going back only serves a purpose if you want to get all the gems and you didn't get them all, or if you missed the boo on the previous floor. So there's no real reason to go back to previous floors other than that. And that's a shame. Because both of the original games, both 1 and Dark Moon, had that, where you went into previous areas. Like, for example, the Twins room, you went back into the hallway where Chauncey was. You went back to previous areas. In Dark Moon, you basically always explored the mansions. You always went back to previous areas. So here, there doesn't really seem to be a reason to go back to previous areas. And, people could be like, oh, that'll probably just be padding or dragging out gameplay. But I think it would make the hotel seem more cohesive if you got a key on, like, the Castle McFright's floor to go back and unlock something and completely complete the 5th floor or the mezzanine floor or whatever the case was. So, that's one complaint. What was the other complaint? The combat. That after a while, the combat felt repetitive. And what's funny is that their complaint actually goes back to something the BitBlock said. That the slam, feels really easy. And I feel like that is probably the case, but I think later in the game that might be addressed. Because later in the game, obviously, it gets harder. Floors 1 through 8 might be decently easy, but then once you go through from 9 to 15, it could get harder. But I think if you want a hard experience, I'd say just don't use the slam. Because I think the slam is optional. I don't know, but I think the slam is optional. And, if you don't want to use the slam, don't. I'm not going to say that their complaints are illegitimate, because I haven't played the game to the extent they did. I played a 15-minute demo. And in that 15-minute demo, the slam felt good, but I could definitely see later in the game, once you're playing for hours and hours and hours, the slam could get probably repetitive. Sucking up goes and just repeatedly hitting the A button. It could get very repetitive, very stale. But I don't know. Personally, I've always I like the combat in Luigi's Mansion in general in both games. So I probably won't have an issue with it. It'll probably just be a personal preference thing. How people granted, all complaints are personal preference kind of things, right? It depends on how you feel about a certain thing. So I guess it'll just depend on how you feel about it. I hope that it just gets harder. Maybe the ghost health increases, let's say, the further up you go, so maybe it does introduce more of a challenge, and maybe the gold bones will become a very necessary thing later in the game, so, because Andre said that he hasn't died once, and he's on floor 8, so he's halfway through, and he hasn't died once. So, I don't know. Difficulty, I do want the game to be hard. I really hope that that's not their way of saying that this game is really easy. I want the game to have some difficulty to it, but, like I said, actually, I don't think I did mention this. They have the embargo that they have placed on them. They can only talk about up to the 8th floor. So everything from the 9th floor, which is, Tomb Suite is 10. What's the 9th floor? I completely forgot what the 9th floor was, but whatever the 9th floor is, onward they can't talk about. So, yeah, there's that. So, they also talk about the multiplayer. So, they talk about Scream Park first, and honestly, it's what I expected. They said that there was nothing really special here of note. They said that the most fun minigame was this one, which is ironic to me because this is the one actually no, the floaty one is the one I was least interested in. But I probably emails. My school emails me so much. I'm not even gonna bother editing those out. But anyways, these minigames just don't do anything for me. And they literally said that the other two, this one and this one, got really stale, or just weren't that fun. So, and especially the fact that it's local multiplayer only, maybe once or twice, I don't really see much replayability. I don't see much reason to come back to these games. And that's one of those things that makes me think, quality over quantity. These extra modes, in my opinion, weren't needed. If these were online and couch co-op things, then maybe. But there's really nothing added here. You have this minigame, that's a floaty minigame, that's, cool, I guess. This one's the most traditional to Luigi's Mansion, but it's not, I don't know, there's, I don't know, it looks overly generic, kind of bland. And then this one, which is the most intricate and involved, but I don't know. Like, they're like Mario Party minigames, like I've said. It'd be cool if these were in a Mario Party game, like if each character got a poltergust and they had to do these kind of things. That'd be kind of fun. But it just doesn't fit for Luigi's Mansion, in my opinion. So I stand by what I said for this mode. I'll probably never play it. If I do play, I'll maybe play this one simply because it feels like Luigi's Mansion, but I'll probably never have that second player to play. So we'll have to see how that is. So Scare Scraper, on the other hand, I'm really excited for. First of all, yes! Oh, with the brightness lowered, it looks so much better. Oh my god. Like this, to me, like this is what Luigi's Mansion should look like. And I'm so happy that the brightness slider also works for multiplayer. So, Scare Scraper, so first of all, you can get attacked by, like, this.
Scraper, though.
Like, that thing attacks you. Which I think is kind of cute. I kind of like it. I like the design. It's kind of cute. You know, got the little stars above his head. It's one of those things, I don't think it's something that'd be in the main game. I think it's like how it was, like in Dark Moon, like the rugs, how they held you and like captured you. That's kind of like what this is. So that probably won't be in the main game, but it'll be one of those trapping things that will trap you. Like maybe it'll like take you and like hide you inside it and trap you inside. So yeah. So Scare Scraper looks really, really fun. I can't wait to play it with you guys. I don't know. I'm gonna wait a couple weeks after the game's out to do Scare Scraper. Mostly because I want you guys to be able to get the game, because some of you guys might not be able to get the game day one. So, I want you guys to get the game, I want you guys to be able to play it a little bit, get used to the controls, and, you know, all that, have your fun with it, and then we can all play together. I think that would be really, really cool. We can have maybe weekly Scare Scraper streams. Maybe I can figure out how to get Elgato working on, for streams, so that we can actually see, like, what I'm doing and have, like, a gameplay video and all that. That'd be really, really cool. But yeah, I'm so excited for Scare Scraper. It looks like so much fun. Honestly, I really don't want to say this, because I don't want to jinx anything. But I really think that this could be the best Luigi's Mansion game. Like, I'm at that point. Because the first game is so good. I love the first game. All my heart. I love it. The portrait ghosts, amazing. The ghost types, amazing. To me, the only thing they need to address is the blue ghosts, how many blue ghosts there are. Though, it doesn't seem like that's the case, since what we're seeing is the final gameplay. Like, this is it. There's no more editing to be done. This is it. So, that's the only thing I could think of. I mean, yeah, I have little complaints, like they could use more portrait ghosts, more booze on each floor, whatever, but those are minor complaints. The only main complaint I have is the lack of variety in the common ghosts. That's the only thing left. So, if that gets addressed, like, if we see more, that could be really, really tough. I mean, I gotta play it still, but just seeing how much better this looks. Oh my god, this is tough. This is ridiculously tough. Like, I got nothing. Like, I'm actually nearly crying because I'm so excited for this game. Like, before, I was excited, but I had my skepticisms. So, I was like, oh, okay, this issue is coming up, this issue's coming up, but most of those issues are gone now. I'm so excited. I am so excited, you guys. I am so excited. I don't know if there's anything else I want to cover. Oh, there is! Minor spoiler. But I guess if you're here, all of this is spoilers. Apparently, one of the bosses for Scare Scraper is freaking Boolossus, which I guess we could have really theorized. I really don't think that is a spoiler, because outside of the Scare Scraper is a sign with Boolossus on it. So I guess it makes sense that Boolossus would be the boss. But I wonder if that means that Boolossus will be or won't be in the main game. That's what I'm kind of wondering. Maybe you fight Boolossus at the end with Helen Gravely and King Boo. Like, I wonder if Boolossus is still a question mark. I mean, we got the confirmation of we finally see Boos in. Well, we don't really see the Boos in action, but we know they're there, and the virtual Boo. Those are the two things I was mainly like, we haven't seen anything of those yet. So now we've seen them. So Boolas is now the only question mark for me. And I'm like, I wonder if it's even going to be in main gameplay. I wonder if it's going to be Scarescaper exclusive, which would kind of suck if Boolas was Scarescaper exclusive. But, I mean, who knows? I mean, what? We're 2.5, not even? Yeah, no, not even 2.5. We're 2 weeks away, basically. And we're almost there, guys. We are almost at hype we're almost there for Luigi's Mansion 3. 2 weeks away. Everyone, I mean, I'm going to be in the chat, so I'm going to be able to see this. Send fire. Like, the fire emoji, send that in the chat. So, to show your hype for Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm personally really, really excited. Oh, I just noticed something. It's a garbage can. Because there's garbage on the floor. It's a garbage can. Oh, my God. What's this? Yeah, this is top level greatness. I'm so excited for this game. Like, most of the skepticisms I had about this game before are gone. Completely gone. Like, oh my God, like, Egad looks great. Just everything looks great. Egad's design, everything. Like, this game, like, the main reason I always complained is because I didn't want to overhype the game. I didn't want to make the game seem like it was going to be a masterpiece, and then when I got it, I'd be disappointed. And then people would be like, oh, but you talked so highly of it before. I wanted to express my concerns. But now I'm at a point where this looks great. This looks ridiculously great. I'm stoked. I'm really excited for this game. And I know I'm blabbering on at this point. I'm just trying to remember if there's anything else that I had to say. I mean, oops, saw more of the, or we didn't see more, but they talked a little bit about the Paranormal Productions floor. It seemed that's my another concern I guess I have. Paranormal Productions looks really small. Like, the floor looks really, really small. Like, the map looks the same as E3. Because usually, like, they change up the map, like, between E3 and now it looks different from, then. But it looks the same here. So, I'm not quite sure about Paranormal Productions. I love the theme. I love Morty. But I feel like the floor is really small. Though, one thing is, I completely forgot. Morty shows you a movie later. You can go and watch a movie, so maybe you do come back to this floor. For as much as we know, like, so many people are like, oh, we know too much, and I agree to some extent. We do know a little bit too much, and that's kind of my fault. Like, I definitely looked into it a lot, and I've definitely been analyzing it, but that's also because you guys like that. Like, I probably would have stopped. Like, I probably wouldn't have watched any of this if I wasn't basically a reporter for Luigi's Mansion 3. Like, I'll confidently call myself a reporter for Luigi's Mansion 3. So, yeah. What was I even talking about? Oh, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that we don't know still about this game. Like, I mean, obviously, we haven't seen the whole game. So, I think I'm going to call it quits here. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Or Premiere, if you're watching this live. Hi, how are you? I have no words for how excited I am for this game. I'm definitely excited. I cannot wait for this game to come out. I'm seriously, like, I have no money in my bank account, but I will, I gotta, right? I gotta. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, guys, for more things Luigi's Mansion 3. It's gonna be sad once Luigi's Mansion 3 is out, and I've done the gameplay, and I've done the review, and there's not much more Luigi's Mansion 3 content to make after that. I mean, I'll cover the DLC, of course, when that comes out, but it's gonna be sad when I don't make many videos of this anymore. Like, this has been such a fun journey, doing these kinds of videos where I analyze the new Luigi's Mansion 3 content. Like, you don't get to do that often, so, man, yeah, guys, I gotta go, because I got an exam I have to study for. But, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you like this content, make sure to, like, support me. Like, this is something I really want to talk to you guys about. I don't want to seem like an ass here, but I work hard to get content out to you guys. I have been stressing my brains out, making sure to get content out to you guys in a timely manner so that I can give you guys the Luigi's Mansion 3 news that you guys want. I get comments, I get messages, I get everything talking to me about the new Luigi's Mansion 3 gameplay and stuff that we see. So, first of all, thank you guys. You guys, I haven't had an audience this engaged and supportive and fun until now. Like, ever since I hit 1,000 subs last year, I've been blessed with one of the best communities on YouTube. Like, and I'm not exaggerating when I said that. Earlier this year, I had an issue with a YouTuber named Lax Chris. Him and I got into an argument. And one of the things he said to me was, "You're just jealous that you don't have," well, I'm not, this isn't quote for quote what he said, but he basically said, "You're just jealous that you don't have the amount of subs that I do and that you don't have the community that I do." And I personally argue that I have a better community than him. You guys are seriously an amazing community. Even though lately I've been super busy, I haven't been able to engage much in the Discord chat. I've been relatively frantic with uploads. There's been a lot going on. Thank you guys. So the point I want to bring up here is someone actually did ask me in my stream, and I do want to promote this a little bit more, is I do have a Patreon. I know it sounds like I'm e-begging, but hear me out, guys. I try to make this content for you guys, designed around you guys now. I'm starting to learn the ways of YouTube and what you guys like and how to make it you guys like, so I'm trying to engage with you guys more. I'm doing more of these premieres. I'm doing those polls. I'm doing the things where, like, I read your comments on videos. I'm trying to do more of that, but I want to now increase the quality of my videos, aka the production value of my videos. And YouTube, the ad revenue thing doesn't, like, even though you guys send me donations, I don't get those immediately. I still haven't seen $1 in my bank account from the ad revenue and the super chats you guys sent me. So if you guys really want to support me and all that stuff, definitely make sure to check out my Patreon. And there's tiers. I give back to you guys. Like, one tier is I would get to have, like, a private, like, I send you a video message each month, you know, like, talking to you exclusively. There's, what else is there? There's, if you, like, you know, if you really are friend lucky, I'll literally send you a letter, like, handwritten letter saying thank you. So there's a lot of tiers there. So even if you guys don't donate, you guys definitely don't have to donate. You guys being here for me, subscribed, watching the videos, that's more than enough to make me happy. Like, I love you guys so, so much. Even if sometimes I am frantic, I don't get to all the comments on the streams, or I don't get to talk in the Discord a lot, or if I don't get to your Mario Maker levels, I do love you guys. I do, from the bottom of my heart. So, now that that's over, I guess that's it. I will be live streaming tomorrow, guys, where I'll probably be going a little more in-depth with what we saw today. So if you're like, Zach, you missed something, or there's something you didn't cover, or, you know, whatever, I'll probably cover it tomorrow. So if, like I said, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, because we will be doing that tomorrow. And we'll probably just be talking more Luigi's Mansion. I love how you guys love talking about Luigi's Mansion. It's my favorite game of all time. This game could replace it. It's crazy to me to say that. Like, this game could beat Luigi's Mansion for me. It looks that good. And thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for everything. Just thank you. I'm about to cry. So, thank you guys so much for watching this stream. I'm going to go. Until next time, guys. I'll see you in the next one.